Cerise, thank you very much. People certainly talking about that on Facebook and online. We are happy to welcome Chef Steve Gellis, the surfing chef from Primo 116, into our kitchen this morning, and we're making a great meal, deconstructed ravioli, which,
yeah, a little bit different.
Where'd this dish come from?
Well, we're going to make a bolognese, which is a traditional meat sauce for pasta. And I came up with this idea when I was cooking at one of the events. So instead of having big dishes of pasta and people trying to eat it, I rolled out some pasta sheets and cut them, fried them, and then we're going to put the bolognese in a bechamel on top.
You said the magic words, frying, and also easier to eat when you're walking around, which is good for events.
But the dish works out really well, though, if you want to make it this way or just make it for some pasta. Just, use some pappardelle or some rigatoni and just mix it all together.
So what do you have here for your deconstructed ravioli?
Well, we've got some ground veal, finely ground veal that we'll start with, and then a mirepoix. And then we're going to have some tomato paste.
A mirepoix?
Mirepoix, which is carrot,
okay,
celery, onion, and they're all diced about the same size, so they all cook evenly when we get them into the pot.
I remember you've talked about this before. This is like the basics.
Right. That's the Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity. That's right.
All right. So what we're going to do is we'll put some of this. We'll put the veal into the pot.
Gotcha.
And we're going to brown it.
I tell you, you've got the big pot going, which we love when you bring this in.
This can hold quite a bit. So what we'll do is we'll start browning it. We'll get it completely browned, and we'll take it out of the pot, and then we'll add the mirepoix, and we're going to cook that down so it gets soft.
Okay.
We'll add a little salt and pepper, and then we're going to add some tomato paste, and we're going to caramelize the tomato paste. So we're going to get it a little dark and evaporated.
So you're going to cook all the meat and then get it out.
We're going to take the meat out.
Okay, and then use all the drippings and things on the bottom for
everything else. We're going to cook the mirepoix, and then we'll get everything going, and we're going to put the meat back in.
Now, what is this? You explained this to me earlier, but...
Those are pasta sheets, which you can buy in the supermarket. They come 12 by 12, or you can roll them out yourself. And then I just cut them into, well, roughly 4-inch squares. I'm not very good with the spatial part of
it is good enough. We'll take it.
And then we're going to fry that in some oil, so we'll get them crispy, and we'll let them sit on the side as we get the bolognese going. And then we'll make a bechamel sauce as well to go on top of everything and tie it all together.
How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
I know you're getting ready for some warmer weather.
Finally. Finally, if Jeremy Wheeler could get us some warm weather in here, and we got some surf today too, I think. Didn't we, Jeremy?
Hopefully. We'll talk about that definitely. Now, do we start with the pasta sheets?
We can put some pasta sheets in.
And I imagine this is pretty high heat you've got going. What kind of oil do you...
I have a little bit of olive oil. Just drop them in. They should start cooking for us. There we go. They'll start up. And then we'll get them crisp and we'll take them out.
I love this idea, though. It's okay?
Yeah.
They're clean enough, I think.
I think so, too.
I'm going to be sharing this food among friends, so...
Exactly. Plus, it's the hot oil will take care of anything on there.
Yeah, very good, very good. So that's cooking up here. We're working on the pasta sheets, and then we're working on the insides.
Yes.
Well, the inside of our deconstructed ravioli.
Yes,
coming up in the next segment, right?
Yes, very good.
Chef, sounds good. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Without having to mess with lobster,
I like that. Now, Chef Steve Gellis made pasta for our deconstructed ravioli from Primo 116, but you're saying you can actually use those wonton wrappers that you get at the grocery store.
Exactly, and you can fry those instead of messing with the pasta part of it.
That's a neat trick. Yeah. This looks really, really good. So we're just frying these on both sides because this will be the outside part of our ravioli.
Right.
You've gotten the veal all done, and you were telling me earlier that this is kind of a dish that kind of takes a long time, so you have to allot a little bit of a few minutes.
The bolognese will take you, once we get it started, you have to let it cook for about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, really?
But let it simmer on low heat and just leave it alone. Just stir it every once in a while, and it's done. It's very simple to do.
So once you get started, you're good to go, but you just need to have the actual time to let it cook and simmer and cook down.
You have to plan that so it'll be a few hours out before you can eat it.
Before you can enjoy. The Trinity is in there. What else is in there?
We're going to put some. I'm going to reach across here and get some tomato paste.
Absolutely.
We're going to put the tomato paste in. And the key to tomato paste is we got to lower the heat so we don't burn it but we just want to let it caramelize. So we're going to cook it, let it evaporate, get a little darker, and bring the sugars, the natural sugars out in it.
Okay. So up until the point you put in the tomato paste, everything was kind of on high heat?
Yes, it was. It was on high heat, and now we lowered it down to medium, and we'll slowly let that evaporate and caramelize and get a little darker, and it'll bring out more flavor as the bolognese cooks.
Very, 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 very nice. I love how you've kind of made this a dish that, you know, a lot of folks, I mean, your kids can really enjoy this.
Yes.
They can have this part as a snack.
Without having to put everything else on it, absolutely.
Right. And then you can have a little bit extra, you know, kick it up a notch, if you will.
Sure.
With the bolognese sauce.
Yeah, it works out well. And then, like I said, you can always put it on rigatoni or pappardelle as a full-blown pasta dinner.
Now, I know you probably have a new menu that you've got coming up, heading into a new season, right?
Yes, we do. We've got some new menu items, and we're getting ready to bring out a new menu in Primo. A lot of our standard items will stay on it, but we've got about 4 or 5, maybe 6 items that we're going to introduce, and we're trying them out actually now on some of the weekend nights.
Oh, that's great. Talking about kicking it up a notch, right?
Yes.
For folks who aren't familiar with where you are, talk about your location and.
Okay, we're a 55-seat Northern Italian tablecloth restaurant in historic downtown Suffolk, on 116 West Washington Street, and we're open Tuesday through Saturday from 5 to 10.
Okay, now what's going on here in the pot? It looks a little dry. I know this is by design, but
it is.
I mean
we want the tomato paste to evaporate and caramelize without burning. And that's exactly what's happening. You see how it was, the color red is starting to get deeper brick tone to it?
This is where I would get concerned and add water. But this
Not yet.
Okay, don't do that.
Not yet. What we're going to do is we're going to add white wine to this.
Oh.
And then chicken stock.
Right.
And then we'll bring it to a simmer, and we'll put the veal back in it, and off it goes for 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, so once you get to that point where you can put the chicken stock and the wine in, and then the veal back, that's when you simmer, let it go.
Put the lid on it, and let it work.
All right. Everything else will be coming together in
Yes,
our last cooking segment. We'll chat with you in just a little bit. Chef, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Care. Yeah, Cape Charles is beautiful. We stopped by there on the way home from Chincoteague last week. It's beautiful. Also beautiful is what is going on in this pot. And this is your secret ingredient. Who knew? Milk in the bolognese sauce.
Yes. You put about 2 cups in it, and what it does, it'll round out. It takes the acidity out from the tomato paste.
Oh, so can you do that for spaghetti sauce, like regular spaghetti sauce? No. Okay, never mind.
I don't
Pretend
think so.
I didn't say that. Okay. So there. Is that good?
A little bit more.
A little bit more? Regular whole milk.
Regular whole milk. A little bit more.
Oh, a little bit more.
We want about. There you go.
There.
Perfect.
Mix it all up. And so 4 hours later,
4 hours later,
you get this.
It comes out like that.
In the middle pan here, Antonio.
You let it cook slowly, and you bring out, it'll dry out, it'll absorb the moisture, and it'll get the veal nice and tender, and this is what that'll turn into.
Right. Do you need babysitting at all? I mean, every couple hours?
Well, yeah, you can go by it and just take the lid off and stir it so it doesn't stick to the bottom or anything like that, but you're going to do it at a low heat so it doesn't burn.
Very, very nice. And you used veal in this particular dish, but
yes, I did.
Does it have to be veal?
No, it doesn't. You can use pork, you can use ground beef, you can do a combination of the 3 or combination of the 2 or whatever you like.
Oh, nice. And it doesn't take away from the integrity of the dish.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Very nice. And you've been cooking up a storm here in this little pot.
In this little pot, we're going to make some bechamel so we can top the ravioli with it, so we have a nice cream sauce with cheese on it.
Ooh, that is nice. So how do you make a bechamel sauce?
Well, we just made a simple roux with equal parts flour and butter, and cooked that out, and then just added some milk, salt and pepper, and a little bit of fresh ground nutmeg, and we'll cook it down till it gets thick.
Wow, that's it?
That's it. It's that easy.
Really? That is it?
That's
okay.
all.
Well, I will take it from you. How long will this process take, though, to make that cream sauce?
It'll take a couple of minutes, and we'll be ready.
Okay. How do you plate this up, then? I think that's the part that we want to see in particular, because serving, especially the group that we have here today, you might need some extra hands here in the kitchen.
I think so. We're going to put some bolognese on. And
now, I'll stir. You do that.
You sure? You got that?
Are you sure that's okay if I do that?
Actually, let it go. We can let it cook.
Let it? Okay.
So you don't get burned. All right, we're just going to put a little bit of bolognese on
a little pasta chip?
On the fried pasta chip. And then as soon as our bolognese is ready, we're going to pour that on it and then put some cheese, and we're there.
Oh, that's it. Then how would you plate that up in a plate? Do you, like, line them up? Or?
Yeah, just put them on just like you would do taco chips almost.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, Mother's Day is coming up. Lots of great outdoor things. People should be planning ahead.
Yes. Good idea.
Yeah.
And this is a great one for having out the doors. I mean, having a nice Italian dinner without having to stay inside and cook pasta.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Do you season this up with anything, or
I
is
put
that
salt, pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Again, another secret ingredient.
Another secret ingredient for a cream sauce.
Very, very nice. Well, this is almost done. We're going to
Almost.
wrap it all up together, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a helping hand and try and put these chips and things together.
Okay, we'll get a bigger plate and we'll do it.
And definitely share it with everybody in our studio audience. That's where Carrie is.